Hey YouTubers, the Piano Shin here with another video on this week's episode of The Flash. Episode 22 of Season 3 is called Infantino Street, which if you haven't known by now is the street that Barry saw Iris die when he traveled into the future in previous episodes. If you haven't seen the episode yet, be warned, this video will contain spoilers. On with the episode. I liked how in the beginning of the episode, it was showing what everyone was doing 24 hours before the time of Iris' death. It was also nice to see that Cisco was in contact with Felicity for some help. I was kind of surprised that Lila would deny Barry of the power source he needed to power the cannon to save Iris. I thought it was kind of funny that they threw in that comment about Lila still being mad about Flashpoint and baby Sarah. But given what has been happening on Arrow and how Lila's been doing shady things, it's kind of surprising she wasn't giving a helping hand in this episode. So instead of getting the power source by asking nicely, Barry travels back in time to pick up Snart, aka Captain Cold, in what appears to be Season 1 of Legends of Tomorrow on some off episode. When he brings Snart back, I like that the Team Flash was giving him a hard time about time traveling again, because it just seems that Barry will never learn his lesson. After all, it was time traveling that created Flashpoint in the first place. I did think it was kind of funny that Captain Cold got excited to hear about Barry wanting to break into Argus and was like, challenge accepted. There was a nice reference to Taken when Barry said, you have a particular set of skills. There was also a nice scene where Killer Frost was trying to convince Savitar to not kill Iris, or at least get him to reconsider. This scene was nice in that it showed that maybe there is a little bit of Caitlin left in Killer Frost. However, Savitar pretty much stated that he was created as a disposable time remnant, so this is what he's destined to do in order to ensure his own creation. So Joe and Wally take Iris to Earth too, and that was completely unexpected. It was great to see Harry again, even though it was a very short duration. Meanwhile, Snart and Barry were breaking into Argus with the help of HR and Cisco. It was cool to see that they had used their smarts because Argus had some sort of power dampener so that metahumans can't use their powers. The face-changing technology from HR's Earth 19 makes a return, as Barry uses it to disguise himself as Lila. However, the shocker here is that the technology changed the entire body instead of just the face. I'll talk more about why this is important later. There was a great moment here where Cisco nerded out and freaked out when Barry and Snart encountered the super crazy locked door. Cisco was talking about how it was $10 million and it was impossible to open. Meanwhile, Snart showed how skillful he was by breaking into it in 37 seconds. Another great moment was how Barry was willing to do anything, and he almost was ready to kill King Shark, but Snart was able to talk him down and be the honorable one. Also, love that comment that Snart said about putting in a good word with his sister if Cisco can save his life when he was trapped. If you don't remember, his sister is Golden Glider, and someone Cisco had a thing for. So in the end, Barry and Snart got caught, but Lila had a change of heart, seeing that Barry is still a good person to save Snart, so Lila ended up giving him the power source. When Barry returns Snart back to the Legends, we get a nice comment from Snart that Barry's goodness is his strength. So we see some nice cause and effect in the next scene because right after Barry gets the power source, Savitar dresses up as Barry and runs back to Star Labs to trick the team into revealing where Iris is hiding. When Savitar runs to Earth 2, he breaks Wally's leg and renders him useless, which is the beginning of Wally being in a wheelchair in the future. We also start seeing Cisco begin battling Caitlin that matches up with the visions he vibed in the past, and we finally get to see everything come together at Infantino Street with Barry, Savitar, and Iris. I can tell you now I did not expect what happened to happen. So Barry used a speed cannon powered by the power source, and Savitar was able to break free because he now had the Philosopher's Stone. He proceeded to kill Iris, as the show cut to a pre-recorded message from Iris telling Barry she will marry him. Despite having seen this vision in so many episodes before, I gotta say I was still shocked when it finally played out. The ending of the episode was extremely somber. So what do I think will happen? Earlier we were given a glimpse of Earth 19 tech that Barry used to disguise himself as Lila. This got him to be completely changed into Lila, not his face. We also got to the point where HR was talking about how he found the woman he wants to be with, and we also saw him very angry at himself for screwing everything up. We also got a slow camera shot of him looking at Savitar's arm. So one of my theories would be that all of these signs point to HR somehow using that technology to disguise himself fully as Iris, ready to be killed by Savitar. Maybe the Iris we saw in this episode was HR in disguise, or maybe the next episode will have some sort of time travel do-over again that leads to HR sacrificing himself. The other thing I think might happen is that Barry continues to fight Savitar and creates the time remnants. Savitar will kill all of them but one. Barry will probably initially try to shun this remnant because he knows the remnant will eventually become Savitar. But remember when Snart said Barry should use his goodness because that's his greatest strength? That might be the key, and Barry may have a change of heart and welcome the remnant to Team Flash, or do something to make his life right. If he treats the remnant right, this negates the existence of Savitar, so some cause and effect thing will happen and Iris would be alive again. So what are your theories? What do you think? Leave your comments below, and if you like this video, click like and subscribe. Until next time, the Piano Shin out.